What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. So I'm gonna show you what I'm working on here as far as my OG Mally here, and tell me what you think about this little trunk enclosure that I'm doing. I've never done a trunk enclosure, so I'm wondering how it's gonna turn out. But let me just dive right into this. Boy, talking about a naked ass G-body, no rust. Greasy, a little greasy, and there was some paint, like they undercoated type of paint, and that's a little flaky, but no rust, not a lick of rust in this bitch. Not down in the holes on either side. Dirty, but they put that black paint in here, so yeah, watch the transformation on this shit. So here I got my back panel that goes over the tail lights, covers up the tail lights, the inside of the tail lights. But what I did was had one full sheet of wood and I cut this, so there's quite a few cuts here, and I don't know how guys do it, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. I cut out this section here, right? And this is a whole nother section right here, and then this here is another section. This is a section, that's a section, this is a section, another one, and another one, right? So this is how I came up with this here. And what I got going on is everything is glued together, and I got some putty on the other side covering up some of the seams, so when I wrap it, you know, it doesn't show some of the nastiness. And I got everything pretty much shaved smooth, so all the edges are pretty smooth, you know, just so it looks better. You know, I'm not a perfectionist, but I try to have some of this shit, you know, a little bit clean. As you can see, this edge right here is a little bit different from this side, but it's because of how it sits in the car, so I'll show you that in a little bit. But as you can see, I got my just a little, you know, what do you call them, joists, little brackets holding everything together so that I don't have to worry about anything moving. Now on the inside, I'm using magnets to hold everything together. So, you know, you got your little magnets that screw in here. But yeah, not bad, right? Just a second, and I'll show you how all this comes together with the other panels that's already in the car. So this is where I started. This is the actual first piece that I cut. And this is one sheet from here to here, right? And all I did was I measured from this trunk, this hinge box here. Get my damn hands, wow. But I just measured from this inside of this trunk hinge piece to the inside of this one, right? And then I took it over here to the outside of the trunk hinge spot. It's actually on the inside, but it's to that other piece out here, right? On both sides. And I just cut that one piece, right? And then I cut another piece in an angle, and I just put that in there so that it actually sits. So on the back side, it's braced together just like these are here. You know, well, more like these anyway. So I got those on the back side, and it's glued together on the back side also. You know, I didn't use nails. Some guys probably gonna talk shit about that, but like I said, it's my first build, and kind of trying to see how this is gonna go. And I'm gonna have a bracket up here at the very top to hold this piece together. But other than that, there's nothing that's gonna be bolted to the car. Nothing's gonna be screwed to the car. And yeah, I'm gonna sound deaden all this shit, but I gotta clean this up. I'm waiting for this shit to come, a wire wheel, so I can clean this up and paint this. I already got some undercoating down there in that little spot, some rubberized shit. So it's not rubberized actually. It's more like a rhino liner type of shit down in there, in case any water or anything ever gets down in there. It's not gonna eat through the paint or whatever and cause fucking rust holes and shit. But this car has never had any rust off inside there, so these are the factory quarter panels. It's never had no issues inside there, so all that shit is pretty clean, you know. But yeah, bear with me, let me show you how this all comes together. Well, before I go there, let me show you these other pieces. So this is the quarter panel piece on the passenger side. Oh, my bad, driver's side. and this will go towards the inside of the trunk. So I have a magnet here. It's just either 40-pound magnets, but I think I'm gonna up it to either 60s or 80s. They hold pretty good, but I think I want them to hold just a little bit tighter, just in case I am doing donuts, they don't pop apart. They're not gonna hit my quarter panels because they're in there pretty, I don't wanna say snug, but once the fabric and everything is on there, it's not going to, I don't want it to just pop apart because the fabric is a little bit tight. It shouldn't be, but fabric's not on there yet. But that's pretty much what I got going on. So that's the driver's side. This is the passenger side. And of course I got it flipped the other way around, but yeah, so it's pretty much, that's all it is, the magnets. And then for the bottom side, I have the bracket where the tail light piece butts up against this. Of course, these two magnets here that are screwed in and glued, they will sit right here up against this, right? And then I have this bracket here, which is what this magnet would sit up against, is when this is down inside of here. When this is down inside here, the sidewall, it will snap right up against this magnet here. And on the other side, this magnet will snap up against here. So it holds that snug in place. This magnet here on these two sits up against the magnet that's on the back side of here. There's another bracket, so as soon as this piece goes in, it magnetizes to that. Same thing on this side. So that's how I got that set up right there. It's not too bad. Again, and I really didn't even draw templates for this thing. I pretty much just measure and tape, made something that I thought would, I didn't make something, I kind of curved it and, cut the wood a little bit smaller than what I think, because I could always go in and add another piece of wood and go up a little bit higher if I need to, and then do a different color fabric with the trim. I could always do that later on down the road if I want. So I'm kind of playing with it, trying to see how I want this to go. But just a second, let me show you. Oh yeah, and I did hump around where the gas tank piece goes, which is this piece here. But yeah, just a second, I'm gonna show you how this snaps together. So here's what I got going on. These are my boy Joe's Meta glasses. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So here's how this goes in. So we got our first piece in, right? It's not screwed to anything. I might put a little metal bracket here so that it'll just hold right here at the very top. Everything else is kind of held in because that bottom piece holds up against this. So let me show you how this goes real quick. This piece slides right in here like that. Sits right there in that little spot. Snug up against that, we got it centered. Take this piece here on the driver's side, see there's no magnets or nothing in there, and I probably still could, but it's just going to raise it a little bit, which I don't want. So this piece goes in here, goes around this. I got to cut this a little bit tight, but that's on purpose. Come on, this little box right here, it's tight right there. There we go. So that sits there, snaps. I don't know if you can see that. It'll snap down here. This piece goes back here. Let's get it up and over that little metal bracket. Come on. There we go. Inside at the top. Up and over. Come on. Come on, buddy. There we go. Snaps back here. Snaps down here. Okay, so there we have it. We got this piece snapped into this, magnetized to the bracket back here. We got this magnetized to this bracket, just automatically sits in there. The other side is magnetized to this back there, right here. This is magnetized together, so everything holds pretty good, pretty nice and tight. There's nothing down there. Now let's put this piece in. See how this here is for that, this is for that. This bracket up here magnetizes here, and this bracket magnetizes there. Let's sit right up against there. Snap it up. Gotta move it. There we go. Maybe. Nope. We're off just a little bit. There we go. So now that's magnetized here. It's down here and up here. You got the other one that's magnetized down here and up here. So this is holding to this. This is holding to this, and everything has its place. That, not too bad. I got another one of these coming, so don't worry about that. This ain't even for this car, but not too bad, right? I got a little bit of, it's open up there because it's kind of hard to get it. If it was any taller, it'd be kind of hard to get that piece in because it's so tall. So I got to cut a little bit shorter if I want to do a bracket, not a bracket, but like a trim piece where it would sit up a little higher. Then I can do that. I can make that fit in there and kind of bring it down, and that would be one piece, and that trim would be a whole nother piece. But I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with that yet, but this is about how I got this set up. Not bad, right? See the opening, see the opening. It's a little bit off, the wood is off a little bit, but that won't matter. You won't be able to see that too much because that shit's gonna be black. But for my first time building a trunk enclosure, it's not too bad, right? Thinking about putting some black suede on all this. And then I have something coming for my mom, because this is actually a tribute car to my mom. So I got something coming for this. I just don't know if I'm going to put it here or here. So we'll see how that goes when this comes. Not too bad though, right? Just tell me how I did for my first time. Trunk closes, nothing touches. Excuse me, see that? I don't know if you can see that in there. Now, this is something that I think you guys need to stop forgetting to put in y'all's car, because I see way too many fires and people's shit going up in flames because y'all don't carry fire extinguishers. If you got some power under your hood, y'all need to have these. Hey, you ain't even gotta have power. You can have a stock car and have a carburetor issue and your shit go up in flames. You can have an EFI system and your shit go up in flames, all because you don't have something like this. This is minor. This thing ain't gonna last worth of shit. But if I got a fire that starts and this helps me put that fire out, and the fire doesn't continue to go, perfectly fine. At least it puts a fire out. Now, me personally, I got these specifically for looks. They're gonna work, and it's for electric and fuels. So I got 2 of them that go in the trunk. I got 2 more that's going on the inside quarter panel pieces. So I can grab one from inside the car, 2 from inside the car. If I'm outside the car for whatever reason and can't get in because there's a fire, I got 2 more back here. So yes, and I also have other ones that I have. So those right there are for the lowrider here, and I got 2 that goes inside that car because there's 14 batteries in that trunk. So you guys need to take that into consideration. Put some fire extinguishers in your car. I'm seeing way too many fires and people's shit going up in flames because y'all don't have fire extinguishers. I'm going fire extinguisher stupid on my shit though. So yeah, when I get this all wrapped up, tell me what you think. So here, I'm just doing a little cutout for the fabric so that I can get this glued down, see what it looks like. I'm not putting any padding on this because this suede already has a padding to it, but it's light. I think this is a headliner material, but it's my first time, so I'm just messing with it to see what it's gonna turn out like. If I don't like it, just strip the shit off and use carpet. So this was just a guide, so I knew where my line was. let's see what happens here. So we got our spray adhesive. Let's see how this works out. Yeah. That might be too much, might not be enough. We're gonna find out. First time for everything, right? So then I'll put a little bit on here. Think it's overkill, guys? We're gonna find out, right? Either it's overkill or not enough. Either way it goes, we about to see. Ha! 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 Got the glue on. Covered up my little pieces here because the last thing I want is glue on them, creating a barrier so that my magnets don't work right or ain't strong as they should be. Yeah. Let me get this flipped over so I can stick this to the back side. Let's see what we got. So we got our fabric on, we got it wrapped around the edges. Let's put some staples in it. So, all the staples in, laid down, and maybe too many staples, maybe not enough, but doesn't matter. Let's see what we got. Not bad, right? A little dusty. Yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty damn icy. Yeah, that might be pretty cool, huh? Yes, sir. So after I got all my fabric done, I went ahead and got my trunk cleaned up, painted, made sure everything was all nice and neat so that it can all go together. Tell me what you think about this here. Don't look too bad, right? So for those of you wondering, what I did was I just went ahead on Amazon and grabbed this stuff called Kill Mat, and I got 36 sheets for like 50 bucks. And I got 2 boxes so I can do my interior also. All right, guys, here you go. Got the extinguishers up there. Yeah. What you think? The light's a little bit bright, but suede. Did go with suede. Nice and yep. What you think? Did I do a decent job? Did I fuck it up for not knowing what the hell I'm doing? And I said in the last video, don't worry about this thing. I got a new one coming. It's just not here yet. This rubber. Yeah. And I got something else coming that's either going to go on the floor or on that wall right there. And I'm not putting subs in here, so, you know, a lot of y'all want to tell me to put some beat in that car, man. Put some subs in there. I don't really want to go subs. I want to do some nice ass by-nines. That's about it. So, yeah. Not bad for a first timer, huh? Not bad for a first timer. I am gonna step up my magnets though, so these are 40-pound magnets. There's one here, one here, there's one up here, one down at the bottom, there's one down at the bottom here, here, one at the bottom here, and one up here. So I'm gonna step these 40s up to 60s. No, I mean they're 80s. Step the 40s up to 80s and see how I like it, because they do, with the fabric on there, they do come apart a little easier. So I'm gonna step it up to 80s and see how I like it. And if I do like it, then I'll stay with the 80s. Otherwise, I'll step it up to 100 pounds. They got some 100s and some 120s. But I don't want this to come apart when I'm doing donuts and panels start flopping around and stuff like that. They shouldn't, but you know, rather be safe than sorry, right? But not bad. Not bad. Tell me what you think. Appreciate you watching, guys. So I did end up going with the 60-pound magnets. The 80s was just a little bit strong. I didn't want to do that. I mean, they were nice, but just a little bit too strong. So 60s it was. So what I did was I decided to put a little something different in the back of this car. So I made this little thing here, padded it, put some, you know, some leather on it, and I got a little light for it. Alright guys, so I got the trunk done. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Didn't turn out too bad in my opinion, but everybody ain't gonna like it. But check this out. So for those of you wondering, Brandy Wine is the name of the paint that's on this car. So I named the car Brandy, and that's the reason I went with the name Brandy Wine. So yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? Nice little something different. And that is a mirror, and not just plexiglass. It's just a USB light. That's all it was. Nothing too fancy. Didn't even cost that much. I think I did a special order on Amazon. Just something cheap, something cool. I ain't trying to put no, you know, $2,000, $3,000 into the trunk of this vehicle. I mean, it'd be nice, but it's not what I was looking for. Just something simple and basic. And I still got something different coming also, but we'll see what that looks like here. You know, kind of got to think, do I really want to do extra, or should I leave it right here? Here's where we at. Not too bad, right? And yes, that is a mirror. It is a mirror. Not bad. These are just floor mats. Go inside the car. But yeah. Turned out pretty cool, right? For someone to never have done this before, 60-pound magnets really did the trick. I like those. Seams laid down pretty good, both corners. I just got it plugged in up here, just on the outside, just because car's not running right now. Well, it is. Car's running. I just don't have a battery in it. Got the battery out of it at the moment. Yep. Doing some interior work. But yeah, not too bad, huh? Yeah, not too bad. Till next time, Brandy Wine will be back.